Hey, so in today's video I'm going to show you one of my Premiere Pro projects. It's an edit I did from La Palma, a 1-minute long cinematic travel video that I posted on my Instagram. Now hopefully I want to give you some new creative ideas, and especially I want to show you that creating a good edit doesn't have to take a long time, because I'm super busy these days, so I wanted to make this edit as fast as possible. Tried to focus especially on the storytelling aspect of this video. Hopefully once you see what I did in my edit, it will give you new creative ideas that you can use in your videos. Now before we dive into the project, I want to show you the 1-minute video. If you already watched it on my Instagram, feel free to skip 1 minute ahead. Okay, I hope you enjoyed the edit, so let's dive in and see how I did it. What I do before I even start editing is I ask myself, what is the bigger picture of this edit, what is the purpose? And my purpose with this one was just to show how beautiful the destination is and inspire people to travel and create their memories. This is why I wrote the title Create Memories at the end. Now the second thing you're probably wondering is what was this at the beginning. So on Instagram, you know, the video, once it stops, it starts to play again. So the beginning and the end frame of this video is basically the same, so it creates a seamless loop and people continue to watch the video. They say that the bigger the retention time on your posts is, the better for algorithm on the Instagram, and the reach of the video will be bigger, meaning more people will see your work. Next tip I would give you is regarding the music choice. So as I said, I wanted to create a different vibe, a different look with this video, and music really is one of those things that really sets the vibe of the whole video. I wanted the destination to feel majestic and cinematic. This is why I chose a cinematic style of song. I know most travel videos these days are done with either Odessa, Illenium, Chainsmoker type of video, and it's nothing wrong with that. I'll have to listen to those beats as well, and I will continue to use them in some of my videos, but I wanted this work to be different, to stand out, and again, using a song that is not so widely popular is one way that will help you quickly separate your video from others. And the title of the song I used is Far Out Origin. As I said, I wanted the focus of this video to be more on storytelling, showing the experience, not any crazy transitions and effects. There still are some, but mostly it's all done with hard cuts. Once I'm creating a story, I first of course go through all of the footage, and step one when I started this edit was just quickly scan through the footage, and you know, when I found a clip that I really liked that immediately stood out from the sequence, I just copied it into the other sequence. I always like to have one sequence of all the footage sifted as a backup. And all I did then was I searched for similarities between clips, because I knew that then transition will be smoother, and the things I searched for were either same colors in the clip, same movement in the clip, or just the same story shown from a different angle, so it made sense for those clips to be in a certain sequence. Now let's put theory into practice and see how I've done it. So the first thing I wanted to do was of course create the seamless loop. I actually did this at the end. Multiple people asked me if this was done in After Effects. Now I just went on the YouTube, I found a clip of film rolling and used the color burn blend mode. I tried all of these and color burn looked the best in this case, and I added some glitch sound effects. And then for the first shots, you know, the music is still playing slowly, so I wanted to establish the location, show the majestic location. So this is why these two clips. Then used some light hit overlays from lens distortions. These are actually used for Photoshop because they're static, they're not moving, but if the scene is kinda static, they work very well. So I've overlaid them on top, used the screen blend mode, and I played with opacity. You know, when I use a light leak or any overlay, I want it to fit naturally into the scene, like it is there. So it's not noticeable. So this is choice of personal style, how much opacity on the light leaks you want to use, but for me it's the blend into the scene seamlessly. Now the light is coming from the right side, and then I'm filming the other side of the island, and of course the light is coming from the left, and those are similarities, the continuity that I'm searching for, a seamless transition. When I move forward, the ocean is the next connection, and I start to introduce a character, show the person, and again I'm using some light leaks from the top and the bottom. So as you can see the difference, it's not much, but it softens the image. In my opinion, it makes it look more cinematic. Moving on, the same character and the sound effect of the Flight 229, you're clear for takeoff. The takeoff then suggests, oh, something is going to take off, obviously the drone. If we check the color grade, because I know that's one thing that you're wondering, this is no color grade, no effects, flat image. This one was shot on Canon R with neutral picture style and sharpness contrast all the way down to 0 and saturation on -2, color tone on 0. And then I used the Sky Grade Cinema Pop a lot, did the color correction, color grading, added some saturation and slight vibrance to make the image look more cinematic. And in my style, I like the colors to be a bit stronger and saturated, especially in this edit. And again, I added some softness to the image. It automatically draws the eye of the viewer into the middle of the image where I want him to be. Moving on, then have the drone shot and, you know, finishing the story with a portrait of Renato, showing he's tired, he has enough of running, let's move on. You're wondering what is the similarity of the clip here, and it's the movement. As you can see, it's moving from the left to the right, and again here from the left to the right, and also the story is ending here. We are finishing on the beach and we are in the car now, moving to another location, and voila, this is the location, the introduction of new location that we went to. So I'm trying to quickly tell a story, and you know, people are not stupid. Maybe you need just 2 or 3 scenes to tell a whole story. For example, let's say you're telling a story about cooking. Grab the food is scene number 1, scene number 2 is cooking, scene number 3 is eating. And so you know the whole story. Okay, he was cooking and now he's eating. So you don't have to overcomplicate and show too much stuff so people don't get bored, unless you have a ton of footage shot from many different angles, and it really makes sense to use a lot of different scenes to tell that story. I used the FPV drone clip. As you can see, the sun is positioned in the middle, same as in the next clip and in the next clip, meaning the story really seamlessly flows. And then, as you can see, I transition to pictures, again something different in the edit to make it stand out. We have a mini story. Okay, this was the beach story, and here we are going on the mountain. We came to the mountain, watched an epic sunset, found this house, and we did some night photography. Here is where the song really starts to become powerful. You know, it raises, and I knew that something epic needs to happen here. This is why I chose this clip of the whale, and he comes out of the water, the majestic moment. And the reason I also chose the whale is because here the blue is the dominant color of the skull, and here also blue is the dominant color of the scene. Next clip is a person watching the whales, again enhancing the story. We are searching for whales. I was kind of struggling what to put next here, how to finish the whale story. Should I only use one clip or also show dolphins and other stuff that was happening on the boat? But less is sometimes better, less is more, so this is why I only chose 3 clips from the boat. This is the location, it's Spain. It made sense to show the majestic landscape in the next scene, and then I used a time-lapse just to make the time pass. And you will notice that in movies a lot of times filmmakers, directors, they use time-lapses to tell a story that now time is passing, and after the time-lapse is finished, something new will start to happen, a new story. So now we've finished with all the whale watching, and we changed the location. We are now hiking, a low shot just of the feet to grab the curiosity, and another shot of the person, the subject. And as you can see, if I only filmed like this with clear composition, it's okay, but it's nothing special. So a pro tip I would give you is I always search for depth in composition, something to have in foreground. I don't know, for me it looks much more cinematic rather than just having a flat image. So you see it's 1, 2, 3 shots and the story is told. I show the location from another perspective as well to enhance the majestic feeling, you know, that supports the song, that this really is a majestic location. And as a cherry on top of this cake, FPV drone shot of this location that seamlessly transitions to another location. Now, a pro tip I would give you here is, before I mentioned that there are 3 things that help with the flow of transitions between the clips: colors, locations shown from different perspectives, and movement of the camera, and in this case actually the camera was moving on the left side, and then on the next case it's moving to the right side. It still works, but it works much better when I use the horizontal flip to create the movement in the right side, and then it finishes in the right side. And also the colors are, let's say, quite similar, so the transition is pretty seamless. Next clip is showing the location from another perspective. I love reflections. I try to go as low as possible when there are small puddles or really still lakes. The reflections create symmetry in the image and it looks really cinematic in my opinion. And the third shot from the same location, an overhead shot of the salt pools. The symmetry and the composition here was amazing. If you are traveling to Canary Islands, I really highly recommend you visit La Palma as well. Moving on, same location, sunset, sun is coming down, and a surprise happens. Actually at the beginning I had the clip start here, so immediately with the water out, but I realized that it will have much bigger impact on the viewer if the wave actually surprises him, because here it's like, oh nice, beautiful location, and bam, water comes out, and it seamlessly transitions into the next clip where also the water is the dominant subject, showing from another perspective that we arrived on another beautiful location. And how can I slowly start ending this edit? And I realized another good thing to include in a travel video is to show subjects, not just you, but local subjects. Now in this specific case I didn't film too much of local culture and people, but I did film some birds, and I positioned them in the middle to help to transition the quick paced edit seamlessly. I think that if it moves from the right frame to the left frame, it seamlessly helps to transition in the next one. There are different colors, but again the movement is happening from the right to the left side. Last mini part of the story was the biking. I didn't have a time lapse to use, so this is why I used an FPV drone. You know, there are small subjects seen here and people are starting to wonder, oh, who are they? What are they doing? Ah, biking. So this shot was actually filmed with the GoPro Max 360 camera. I used a gaff tape, taped the pole here. The pole was extended 1 meter straight in front of the camera, and then what you do is first you have to convert the footage, and then you use a GoPro FX reframe effect that you can find under effects to play with the zoom of the clip. You can rotate the camera, you can tilt the camera in which direction you want, so you have a lot of different options. And the majestic slow motion to finish the biking. What an amazing experience it was. Let's finish the trip and travel to next destination to create memories. So again, I was thinking how to connect the ending and beginning of the clip to make it a seamless transition. At the end of the edit, I actually came with the idea to create an overlay. I knew I wanted to write something, create memories somewhere in the clip, and this is how I then did it. Two crucial tips I would give you at this point is use some of your best footage in the beginning of the clip to hook the viewer in to watch the whole video. And the second very important tip I want to give you is ending matters. If all the video is like amazing, but the ending sucks, stops in the middle of the song, or it stops with no meaning, nothing that would really impact the viewer, he'll think, yeah, okay, it was an okay video. But if you end it with a powerful ending, he's gonna leave much more satisfied. The one thing I didn't mention is regarding the sound design. As you can see, I didn't overdo it, but I added some live sound effect. Is something that really needs to support the storytelling. I might do another tutorial about sound effects only, and I found the sound effects that I used in this edit on Epidemic Sounds, and some of them I downloaded from YouTube. So yeah, there's the overview of the edit. I hope you enjoyed and got some valuable information. Let me know in the comments below if you have any questions. I'm always happy to help you, and subscribe if you would like to see more content like this. Thank you for watching.